What's up, everybody? This is Matt with Sidearm Productions, here with Jonathan Grant. We're going to bring you something a little different today. We're going to do a course review in Gainesville, Florida at Northside Park Disc Golf Course. We're going to try and show you what it's like to throw some of the holes, what the facilities look like. In the meanwhile, John's going to be operating the drone. What do we got going on with drones today?
So we're going to definitely do some aerial flybys. We're going to get some overhead shots. Hopefully it really just brings you into what we're seeing and how we're playing the course. Thanks, guys.
What's up, everybody? This is Matt with Sidearm Productions. We're here at Northside Park Disc Golf Course in Gainesville, Florida. We're going to do a course review today. Since this is our first course review, I want to kind of break down the structure we're going to use in the course review. Also, I'll apologize for the wind picking up a little bit, so if it gets a little noisy with the wind, forgive us. But here's the structure. It's going to be a 5-star rating, so however many out of 5 stars. Each of the categories I'm about to list off are going to be worth 1 star each. So we're going to have our first category be course design, which is hole design, flow, difficulty, fairness, time to play, all that type of stuff. Number 2 is going to be the facilities of the course itself, which is the quality of the baskets, pins, pads, trash cans, signage, navigation, kind of collectively all that. Then of course the environment, which will be the beauty of the course, wildlife, bugs, wind, elevation, so on. And then we're going to have the accommodations of the park itself, so that's parking, bathrooms, shelters, practice areas, so on. And then finally the location. So this will be getting to the course, what's nearby, food, drinks, whatever it may be, how fun it is, and then the actual conditions of play. Hope you guys enjoy it. Back to the review.
course design is real nice. They utilize a lot of the property. It really goes along with the flow of the course. I think the flow is real nice. You're not really crossing any fairways. You're playing right to the next hole. Under the baskets, they have them marked to the next pin location or next tee location, which is usually a really nice thing to have. Difficulty, I'd give it a 3. A very average person can play it. A very pro-worthy player would have fun here from the longs.
As far as benches go, there's practically a bench at every hole, so I think that's pretty good to get a little bit of a rest. Tee pads are a little narrow for my personal taste, but the concrete, they're all for the most part level, so they're still comfortable, so even if they're a little wet, you can get pretty good traction. Signage, I think, is fairly accurate to the hole that you're playing. Garbage bags, I think you have one in every hole, one in every other. Courses, every time I've been here, has always been clean, pretty well kept. So all in all, I can't complain.
So it's keeps pretending like it's gonna rain. There's like no sun to speak of. I mean, I don't know. It's making it difficult to decide if we're gonna send the drone up. We don't want to ruin all of our electronics while we're out here, but we want to show you guys the whole course if we can. Alright guys, so we're ready to give you some final thoughts on overall ratings. We've discussed this, and again we're going to go back to our 5 categories and up to 5 stars of rating. So I've got some notes here. So course design, some highlights is the flow goes really fast. There's a variety of options for routes. It feels to play pretty fair for the most part. You can always kind of recover and get a par on most holes. Starting and finishing right by the parking lot. Some takeaways on the course design is there does tend to be a lot of blind holes, meaning you can't find the basket very easily from the tee. And then some of the holes where we feel maybe the trees are a little bit random, and you sometimes throw a pretty good shot and still hit a tree, but again, you can probably still recover and get your par in most cases. So overall rating for course design was 3/4 of a star. the facilities of the park. So this is related to only the disc golf stuff. So this is your pads, your benches, your signs, the baskets themselves, so forth. So this stuff was huge, man. This was one of the best categories here. Textured tee pads. Again, some of them are kind of old, but they're all in pretty good condition. Benches on every hole, multiple pads on every hole, directional cues on the baskets, directional cues on the signage, brand new signs on the whole course, brand new trash cans, recycling throughout most of the course. Some of the benches and recycling cans are the old ones, but they had some new ones up there too. Multiple pins everywhere. So we went ahead and gave this category a full star, full rating, as good as you can get. I think some of the best facilities at any of the courses I played, at least in Florida. So this is the environment. So this is, you know, you're losing disc factor, the elevation, water, wind, so forth. Not the most interesting landscape, I guess. It's very flat. So no elevation. There's water on about 7 holes. So there's some pretty good opportunities to lose disc. I will note this. This club is the best by far I've ever encountered of getting people's discs back. So there's a little saving grace there. Yeah, you might not leave the park with your disc, but you got really good odds that you're going to get it back. There is plenty of shade out here, but again, this was probably the weakest category for this particular park, so we gave it a half star. Moving on to the accommodations of the park itself. So we've got a full set of bathrooms, male and female, nice clean bathrooms, water fountains, shelters, a nice paved parking lot, and you've got a practice basket. You've got a playground where you could bring your kids and play a little bit. There's racquetball courts, there's tennis courts, so there's a pretty good setup at the park itself. So we're going to go ahead and give that a full star as well. And then finally, the location. So right across the street, we got Walmart. There's a ABC Liquor. There's a gas station right here. I know there's tons of bars and restaurants in Gainesville. I mean, any direction you go, pretty much within 15 or 20 minutes, you can find all types of stuff. The course is mowed. Today it was really dry. I know it can hold some water, so that takes away a little bit, but generally speaking, a very cool and easily accessible location right by 441, within 15 minutes or so from I-75. So anybody coming from any direction isn't going to go too far out of their way to find this course and get here. So that's all the categories. So total all those up, we're giving the course itself all together a 4 out of 5 star rating. 4 out of 5 stars. All right, guys, so we're gonna wrap things up. This is a new segment for us, so trying out doing course reviews. Obviously we plan on doing more of these as it's starting to rain on us right now. Thanks John for the drone footage, Charlie for coming out and helping out, throwing some shots. Before we get too wet, I want to remind you guys, comment below if you want any local courses in Florida especially to be reviewed in the same manner. We're going to try and work our way around the state a little bit and do some more of these. Comment below, tell us what you like, what you don't like. Hit that thumbs up, hit the bell,
Hit that subscribe.
subscribe. Thank you. And thanks for watching another Sidearm Productions.